Okay, good morning again, everyone. This is Nick Petro from the National Weather Service in Raleigh with your weekly impact weather briefing for Central North Carolina. This briefing covers the first week in February, Monday through Sunday, the 1st through the 7th of February 2016. So jumping right into our weather pattern, right now we have a cold front that's basically pushing across the Carolinas. Now, wouldn't be surprised to see a real isolated spotty shower or two today, but really most places are going to stay dry. I don't think this is really going to amount to much, if any, rain. The bigger weather story this week will be a potent cold front that's going to move across central North Carolina late in the day on Wednesday. Now, there is some concern that enough warm air and enough wind aloft might get into the mix here that in addition to a line of showers, there could be a gusty shower or maybe even a thunderstorm with a gusty wind, brief gusty wind episode or two. Right now, we're not expecting any widespread severe weather, but do know that Wednesday do expect a couple bands, a couple rounds of showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm or two to move through during the day, into the evening, and into perhaps even into the overnight hours on Wednesday night. So Wednesday appears to be the highest impact weather day of the week, mainly again due to rain and perhaps some gusty winds. But then as that front moves to our east on Thursday, early Thursday I should say, it will take the rain with it. So any lingering rain will be found east of I-95 by Thursday morning. And then high pressure will build in, and that'll clear things out for the rest of Thursday and Friday, and even into Saturday. You'll see the weekend image there, high pressure extending across much of the southeast. Now, by late in the weekend, we're talking late Sunday night, there is some hints in the models that low pressure over the Gulf of Mexico might move northeastward and up along the eastern seaboard. So we'll see how that all pans out. But as I always say, in order for us to get wintry weather, you have to have really cold air in place at the time ahead of the storm. So the pattern here, you'll notice the high pressure coming in from the west and then settling that late week period and settling to our south over the weekend. That's sort of that's not the true Arctic high pressure that we would want to get before a southern stream weather system. So my concern right now for late Sunday, late weekend for any wintry weather is not that high right now, because simply I just don't know that I don't think the cold air is going to be cold enough. Although I will say it'll probably be much closer to normal temperature-wise versus the 60s and near 70 that we've had yesterday and today. So anyway, we'll keep an eye on that if things change. But right now, it looks like the high impact weather day this week will be, again, Wednesday evening, Wednesday night with the showers, thunderstorm, and maybe an isolated strong wind gust or two. And that takes me to my next slide, the severe thunderstorm potential from the Storm Prediction Center. Obviously today, no severe weather risk. Looks like during the day tomorrow, places across the Tennessee and Mississippi valleys will have that enhanced or slight risk for severe weather as that front is moving across those regions. And then finally, on Wednesday, the Storm Prediction Center is indicating that marginal risk. That second shade of green there, if you're referring to the lower right of this slide, you can see sort of a legend of what these severe weather outlooks mean. And the lightest shade of green means it's just ordinary thunderstorms with no severe thunderstorms expected. We're in that slightly darker shade of green, which means isolated severe thunderstorms possible. That's the marginal category. That means any severe thunderstorm activity would be limited in duration, limited in coverage, or limited in intensity. Typically, we would experience wind gusts of 40 to 60 miles an hour, hail perhaps up to 1 inch, and a very low tornado risk, but a non-zero risk, that is. So anyway, again, don't be surprised if we get a gusty thunderstorm or even a gusty just plain shower on Wednesday, late Wednesday night, but doesn't appear to be any kind of widespread severe thunderstorm outbreak. So anyway, we'll keep an eye on that as well, and if things change, we'll let you know. Here's the how much rain we're expecting. The amount of rainfall today into Tuesday, not a whole lot, if any at all. Again, most of the rain this week will come across central North Carolina on Wednesday. Most places might see 1 inch up to 1.5 inches of rain. By Thursday morning, the front will be to our east. Any lingering showers on Thursday will be found east of I-95. Friday should be dry, Saturday should be dry, and in the middle, lower middle portion there, that rain you see there along the eastern seaboard, that's associated with that late weekend storm system that might move along the southeast coast. Again, more on that later, and right now, again, the air mass doesn't look particularly Arctic to support wintry weather, but if things were to change, we'll let you know. So you add it up over the period of 7 days, I think that pink shading, that 2.5 inch rainfall amounts might be a little generous. I think most of our rain this week will come again on Wednesday. Wouldn't be surprised to see an inch and a half of rain across a large portion of central North Carolina. Looking further ahead to next week, you know, the storm system I was referencing for late in the weekend, Sunday night, once that storm system exits, then a pretty powerful cold front will come through, and that's when I think we're going to see maybe a brief return to more in the way of much colder, more perhaps maybe a brief appearance of Arctic air mass. That would come in the middle of next week. So you'll see there the 8 to 14 day outlook shows the odds tilt strongly towards below normal temperatures for the following week. But the odds don't favor above or below. You see that N, that means no favorable toward above or below. That just means you know, the odds don't tilt either way. So anyway, that's I think the main takeaway for looking ahead to next week is a return to more wintry type temperatures. So anyway, that kind of wraps it all up here for the summary highlights in the climate here. So fair, warmer than normal weather is expected today right through Tuesday. Then we're going to see a cold front move through late on Wednesday, and that'll bring a chance for showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm or two, and perhaps a few strong wind gusts. There is a marginal risk for severe thunderstorms per the SPC for our area on Wednesday. Wednesday should be the highest impact weather day of the week. So again, not expecting widespread severe weather, but we need to keep our eyes open and keep our ears out listening for any kind of any type of you know, messages about any strong thunderstorms or perhaps isolated severe thunderstorms if that were the case. The front will be slow to exit, so a few showers may linger into early Thursday east of I-95, otherwise clearing out for the latter portion of the work week with temperatures returning to near normal. Near normal would be highs in the lower 50s and lows in the lower 30s. So that's about what we'll see for the week's end and perhaps into the weekend. The first part of the weekend looks seasonable and dry, but the next weather maker may approach late on Sunday. So we'll keep our eyes open for that. So with that, that's an outlook for the week for central North Carolina.